Yo, what is up guys, it's Omar, and today I'm going to be bringing you my class setup video where I'm going to be showing you guys my classes for getting high gun streaks, triple DNAs, sometimes quad DNAs, and 200 pluses. I've never gotten a 200 plus on this game before, but I do know how to get one. I just really haven't gone for it. I've actually come pretty close, but you know, I've never actually gotten the 200 plus. Maybe I will in the future. I don't really play much ground war, but essentially I know how to do that, and I'm also going to be covering how to get a DNA without a god account. So if you have a KD that's pretty high, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to actually get a DNA bomb on that account, because I know a lot of you guys, you know, you can't really afford a god account, and you guys are still wondering how to get a DNA bomb. And I think that this will be pretty explanatory, like it's going to be pretty in depth, because you know, I don't want to just breeze over this stuff and then have to make updated class setup videos. I think that this one video should cover the rest of Advanced Warfare, and I think it's going to be really high quality, and hopefully you guys do enjoy. I feel as though I'm more qualified to talk about these classes just because most of the people that talk about class setups and that sort of stuff, they don't really get DNA bombs, or at least they get DNA bombs, but maybe not triple DNA bombs. They don't get these high scoring gameplays that I get, and I actually have the second most DNAs in the world behind Matachu owns, and I'm sure that he'd have similar classes to these, maybe a few tweaks, but I'd say they're probably pretty similar, and I think that these are the best classes if you have a god account. And I'll also be showing you guys without a god account, as I said before, but let's get right into it. Make sure to drop a like if you guys do enjoy, that'd mean the world. Let's try to hit 100 on this. I think we definitely could. So the first class you're gonna want to build is with the assault rifles. You're gonna actually be able to use this class for any of the assault rifles besides maybe the royalty HBR, and I'll show you guys how to deal with that variant. The first attachment you're gonna want to use is the stock attachment. It makes it so you can strafe better and pick up more kills with the same amount of bullets, just because you can evade other people's bullets that they're shooting back at you. So it's almost like a matrix effect where you're dodging bullets. But in this game, stock is probably the best attachment for any assault rifle. It's really strong, and I recommend it on any assault rifle. There isn't an assault rifle I can think of where you wouldn't want stock. And this class setup for assault rifles basically holds true, same thing as heavy weapons, except there is one minor tweak that I'll show you guys, but that's besides the point. The next attachment you're going to want to use is grip. That's just so you can be more precise. It's pretty self-explanatory. Grip is really strong because you're not wasting as many bullets on the same number of people. And then extended mags is my final attachment. That's just because extended mags is the pub stomping attachment. It makes it so you can kill more people with the same clip, and that way you can pick up like 5-man sprays and stuff like that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. And then for the first perk, lightweight, a lot of people like to use flak jacket or low profile. I always run lightweight, and the big reason why I use lightweight is over low profile is because low profile is sort of counteracted with a system hack. They're not going to be calling in UAVs if you have them system hacked, right? Or at least they're not going to be able to watch you on their mini maps with a system hack up, because they can't see their mini maps with a system hack up. So low profile is kind of useless if you are using system hack. And then flak jacket, I don't like it, even though it does protect you from explosions and that sort of stuff. I'll agree, unless you're going for a gun streak. If you're going for a gun streak, I'd do this instead. But if you're not going for a gun streak, I'd recommend that you run lightweight and a Semtex, just because for triple DNAs at least, lightweight helps you move around the map like a lot faster, so you're saving a lot of time and you're able to get more kills in a shorter amount of time when you use lightweight. And then also, if you have flak jacket, you can't kill yourself with a Semtex as easily. With lightweight, you can sort of just aim down and shoot a Semtex into the ground and you die, and that ends up saving you a lot of time. It really does. So if you guys want to get a triple DNA, this is the class to use. Blind Eye protects you from all those stupid score streaks that the other team gets out of reinforcement care packages and stuff of the sort, and other streaks of the sort. And then you're going to want to take this off if you are focused on rushing. I think that Blind Eye helps out a lot against all that BS, but Overclock is also really good. I think they're interchangeable. No one is better than the other. Overclock just makes it so you can move a lot faster. It's sort of like lightweight on steroids, just for a short period of time. It really helps with opening rush attempts. Say you want to there's a rushing route that's really good. The one I'm thinking of is on Biolab, where you can literally just sprint to the enemy spawn and pick up like a triple kill on one of the flags, or a quad kill most of the time. And then I'd use Overclock, because those first kills are really helpful to get your UAV, and the big thing in these gameplays is getting that first UAV. That's usually the biggest thing. So overclock can be really helpful to do that. For right now, I'm just going to leave Blind Eye on. Toughness, it's a crutch perk. You have to use it. It's better than Blast Suppressor by a lot. Blast Suppressor, same thing with the UAVs in low profile. The system hacks protect you from it, and when you're on a God account, you're not going to have to deal with good players looking at their minimap anyways for small red pings. Like, you don't have to deal with that. So Blast Suppressor really isn't that useful. And obviously you win more gunfights with Toughness. Scavenger, that's just so you don't run out of ammo. Same thing with every Call of Duty. You're always going to need Scavenger as a pub stomper. Semtex, that's just so you can kill yourself. You can also use it to protect you when you're running away from an enemy. Just shoot it at the ground and they can't really chase you, and they won't most of the time, so it can be used as an escape mechanism. And then for the next thing, the next one's submachine guns. I accidentally deleted this just before this, but essentially the first one I'm going to go over is the Royalty or the Speakeasy ASM1 class setup. I think this is probably, you know, a really strong pub stomping class where it really can showcase all the different aspects of the Pick 13 system in this game. And as you can see, because you get extended mags for free, no point cost needed, you can also throw on overclock, so you don't have to pick between the two. You can just use both, and you'll notice it's the exact same class. Another thing I forgot to mention for the modules on the score streaks, you're always going to want to run these 3 modules on your UAV, unless you're in a party where you're going to want to run extra point assists and extra assist points instead, just because you can change score streaks much better. And likewise on the system hack, you're going to want to switch off for this. Even without a party, assist points is probably your best bet on the system hack, but the other, it should be pretty self-explanatory. Disable exosuits, it's broken, they can't use their exosuit. You're at a huge advantage if you have that up. Extended time lasts longer, I think that's also pretty self-explanatory. And as I said before, these don't really matter. You can even just not use any of them, but I think that they're all worth your while, so you can use any of them. And so that's sort of that. Submachine gun, definitely use lightweight. It's mandatory on a submachine gun, even over flak jacket if you're going on a gun streak. It just makes it so much better. And something that people don't realize is you move so fast in this game. If you throw on lightweight, a lot of really bad players that are on the baseline medium sensitivity, they can't catch up their aim to go as fast as you. Like, they can't hit you and they can't aim and shoot you as well because you're moving so fast. So lightweight's awesome, love it a lot, and basically that's the same thing as the other class. If you're running the KF5, you're going to want to use the exact same class for every submachine gun. Obviously, you're not going to be able to use both of these, but you can sort of pick between Blind Eye and Overclock, just as with the assault rifles. With the KF5, this is the one gun that is different. I'm going to want to run stock and extended clip as well as advanced rifling. I feel like this is just a better class because stock really helps with those slower, and I feel like the KF5 doesn't kill that fast if it's not the first 5 shots. So the KF5 is much better with stock because it helps you move around and strafe bullets and get out of sticky situations better than grip. On top of the fact that I feel like the KF5 is pretty good accuracy already, it's pretty manageable, and stock actually helps with your accuracy as well. A lot of you guys probably didn't know that, but I feel like stock does, and that's sort of that deal. Yeah, so that's basically the KF5. I can't really think of anything else for submachine guns. And then obviously, if you have a specific gun like the SAC-3 Isolated where you're forced to use a specific attachment that isn't one of the baseline ones, I'd just take off grip. As you guys can see, you can't really use grip anyways, but extended clip, advanced rifling, sort of the same thing as the Speakeasy class. This gun's actually really good and I like it a lot. Next thing is if you're not on a God account. I know a lot of you guys aren't on God accounts, and this is the class you're going to want to use if you aren't on a God account. Sort of the same reason for all these, except extended clip is even more important just because you're not running scavenger, as you guys can notice on this class, so you're going to get more ammo. The big reason I don't run scavenger on this class for sweaties is that you can pick up guns that sweaties are using because they're not going to be running the N845. They're not going to be running some sort of secondary with a red dot sight. They're going to be using the exact same class. or they're going to have quick draw instead of extended clip. Nonetheless, it's going to be a really good gun, so you don't really need Scavenger as much. Low profile keeps you off the radar, must have against sweaties. Blind Eye, they're going to be playing in parties, they're going to get streaks somehow. Someone's going to be camping for them or just capping the objective for them. Keeps you away from those. Sorry about that. And then Hardwired, system hacks are a big problem. They're just going to run assist points only on their system hacks, and that's really annoying. So Hardwired completely takes that out of the picture. As you can see, 3 of these perks protect you against score streaks, so that's a must-have. I've gotten like 20 DNAs without a God account, and I always run these 3 perks. Always, always, always. Toughness, you're going to want to win your gunfights. It's going to be much harder against better players, so you can't fool around without toughness. You need it. And then UAV system hack, same thing as before. And then I'd also throw on the aerial assault drone, where I'd opt for this instead of overclock or Semtex, because you're not going to be getting multiple DNAs most of the time. And the aerial assault drone, I feel like it just keeps your enemies in check, where they're not as easily gonna just flip spawns and kill you from behind. It really helps out with that. So that's always good. And then obviously if you're using a submachine gun, you can switch out this. Say you're using the rigger, you're gonna want to use grip, advanced rifling, and extended clip. Just like with the traditional submachine gun class, that's what you're gonna want to use. And for 200 pluses, I actually don't have one of those classes right now, but essentially for 200 pluses, this is what I would use. I would switch out toughness for hardline so you can get your streaks better and quicker. And then danger close makes it so your score streaks do more damage. Really, really good. And then for your score streaks, this is the big one. I've already sort of explained everything else. Assault drone, you're going to want to run AI control and rockets. I also like extra point assists for your UAV, just because there are 9 people on your team, so it's much easier, and it helps get your other streaks if you have it. And obviously you're going to want to take off primary gunfighter. Not as necessary because your score streaks are getting you all the kills, and I'd run this on most submachine guns or stock extended clip on all the assault rifles. And score streaks, you're going to want to run bombing run with additional bomber. It just helps you do a lot more damage. Really, really good. And then you're going to want to take off your Semtex or your Blind Eye. I usually take off my Blind Eye just because danger close makes your Semtex really strong. And in ground where you can just shoot it on a flag and get like a triple kill. So I'd highly recommend you just keep your Semtex. And then you're also going to want to use the Warbird. I traditionally only use Aggressor or Defender. They're both really, really good. I don't think one is better than the other, but I usually use Aggressor just so, you know, I can run around the map. You actually might want to use, if you are just staying in the enemy spawn, Defender is probably just as good. So this is the class for 200 pluses. I'll just show you the assault rifle one in case you didn't catch what I said. But alright, let's go. So stock and extended clip, these are the classes you're going to want to run for high lethal gameplays. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Omar. Make sure to drop a like, and peace out, guys.